Hello everybody, and welcome. And today, we will be reviewing, well, the movies I just mentioned in the title. Frosty the Snowman, and of course, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Actually, give me a second, I'm going to switch over to the desktop version so you can meet our one of our co-hosts, King Rhythm. Also, I'm still searching for my pad. This seems to be a reoccurring occurrence in every episode nowadays. Like, what the hell?
We're wearing our Christmas hats? Hold on, let me grab mine.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's almost become a tradition for me losing my damn notepad. And here's the thing. I literally had it on my desk. It's weird. It just keeps disappearing. It's like some little gremlin is trying to steal all my stuff.
Yeah.
Could have sworn, I swear I had it here.
I'm not gonna put my my face up, mostly because I'm not wearing a shirt.
No worries, dude.
But I will be honest, viewers, I am wearing a Christmas hat. Sadly, it's not my one with the beard attached to it. I know, big outrage. Hey, Master Chief.
He's not in the room right now. I found one. Finally.
And
it's a brand new notepad, so way to help start the new year off. But seriously, it seems to be a reoccurring gag.
Yeah, I know.
I have a brand new one. Oh yeah, I could use that one too. We'll use this one for now. But yeah, we'll save this one for the new year. I'm even going to write down the damn thing here, RetroActive's Corner freaking notebook, and it's going to be right here on my damn table. I'm getting sick and tired of the gremlins stealing my damn notepad every time I do a review. Like, seriously.
No, it's not the gremlins. It's the what are those little elves? No, like, no, not elves. Gnomes, the sock gnomes that steal your socks, but for hats.
If any of them decided to do that to me, I would personally make sure to hunt them all down.
Did you say hi to Scorp?
Also, how you doing, Scorpy? Good to see you.
12 gauge saying it's on time.
Oh, trust me, if it was the elves from Santa's village, I'm going to personally write a note to Santa to tell him to back the hell off.
Okay. Anyways,
because then he'll have a lawsuit on his hands.
Is Master Chief back in the room?
If he stole my shit, yeah, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
Well, his elves would.
No.
I'd be suing one of his elves.
No, his elves went up there, probably moved it out of the way, because you know.
Wish they would have left a note.
Well, they didn't. They probably left a note in your notebook.
If they did, they're the dumbest elves I've ever met.
No,
all right, so let's just get started.
When you find it, when you go find it, then you go up and they'll say, "Oh,
really?
Here."
No. I have another one over here. It's just
right here. I just brought this one in.
I did a really threatening TikTok in this hat. Just thought I'd point that out. For no reason, just that.
We'll just call it Rudolph.
Yeah.
Just so it'll be much easier to write down.
For a second there, I thought you said calling Rudolph, so I thought you were gonna be one of those.
If I had the ability to call Rudolph on his cell phone, that'd be amazing. But at the same time, I also wonder how the hell is he even holding onto the cell phone.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying.
How you doing, there, cool guy?
When I heard you calling Rudolph, the first thing I thought in my brain was one of those shitty fake calling apps you get on your phone.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the old calling commercials that they did on Christmas. It was amazing how common they were back then, but not anymore.
Oh, right, guys, online.
Cool.
Who's gonna join us?
Maybe. It really does depend if he wants to join in.
Well, if you want, I'll invite him. See if he joins. I'll invite him. If he joins, then
I'll ask him.
There you go. Yep, you'll add him? Okay. Okay.
There. I sent a message to him. But yeah, oh sweet lord. I forgot you bought that. I'm not even joking. He actually found that at an actual emporium. It's actually kind of nuts that he managed to find this. And what are the odds of how much did it cost actually?
$5.
$5? That thing should have been more than $5. Mainly because of just how famous this character is. Okay, you can get off my chair. Okay, seriously, get off my chair.
Would you stop here? He needs to be in the shot.
Yeah, he's gonna block my face.
No, he's not. You can move it so he's still in the shot and doesn't block your face. You gotta have Rudolph here.
Here's the
We're
thing.
doing Rankin Bass.
This is the reason why I don't deal with co-hosts. Okay.
Retro.
Ow, what?
Retro.
Yes?
I just thought of this really old Christmas thing we had. It was these glass, like, domes that hold, like, little characters like Rudolph and a few others. When you clicked them together and pushed the button, they all sing in unison.
Huh.
It was a little weird thing we used to have a long time ago. If I could find a picture of it, I would show it to you.
Yeah, it's been glitching. I have to turn off the button, turn it back on. Which I'll have to do very soon.
Why is Rye Guy sending you PlayStation stuff?
What?
Why is Rye Guy sending you PlayStation stuff?
Oh, those were the codes for games he wanted me to check out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just randomly saw that. I thought, oh.
Okay, so you guys all know the drill, but for those of you guys who are new to our little show here, here's how it goes. Each movie, when it comes down to movies and video games, we drop them into 5 categories. This includes TV shows and all that. 1, of course, is story, characters, music, design, and this is where the things differ. If it's anything but video games, it's atmosphere. If it is video games, it's gameplay. So, it allows us to at least make sure that it makes it much more organized, because I swear...
Yeah. Hope we're not talking about the shitty Frosty the Snowman sequel that's Legend of Frosty the Snowman.
No, yeah, let's just say that we're going with the original, because honestly...
Thank God. That was awful.
Yeah, they didn't do the best job with that one.
Yeah, I was about to say, if we are doing this, I'm hanging up right now. I am not dealing with that.
No, we're only doing Rankin Bass. I don't think the legend was Rankin Bass.
I'll check.
No, they did a Santa Claus.
I know they did one with Frosty with Shiny New Year.
They did.
No, wait, no, that was July. It was July.
Frosty in July. They had Frosty.
I hope you don't mind.
Frosty the Snowman.
While we're doing this, I'm gonna get some runs done on Crash Bandicoot.
Well,
we're about to start.
We're about ready to start, so.
Oh shit! Hold on, I messed
it.
Yeah,
I know. I can do this and do Crash. It's not that hard.
Wait, what?
What?
Okay, apparently, the Bushido Blade and Swan Princess are Rankin Bass films.
Nice.
How?
Very easily, they made it.
Of course, The King and I. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Good lord, these guys have made a lot. But yeah, it looks like that the Frosty's Winter Wonderland and Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July are the only 2 that they did outside of the original. So the sequel that you're talking about was not made by Rankin Bass.
No.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah, but luckily enough, they have a good track record for most of their films. I think there's only a couple that are just weird, mainly Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, which they just turned that into a musical.
Yeah.
Which, they're good with musicals, it just doesn't work with Lord of the Rings. At all. That's my cord from my room.
I see that.
Can I just point out how hard it is to get a lot of these platinum trophies? Oh, God.
Dude, I have to admit, you are doing much better than I am, because I can only get freaking purple trophies.
The platinum... I only did this because Cad Icarus did a video, and I was like...
You're gonna try to top him?
No, because he already owns every single one. I'm just trying to see if I can get some.
Anyway,
I've gotten 3, I think.
Lucky you! I never got a single platinum trophy in my life.
Well, we better get going.
Oh yeah, let's get going. Let's get going. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's start off with, of course, the very first film that Rankin Bass ever filmed. Also, of course, the family of Jules Bass. We owe a lot of kids and a lot of adults owe Jules Bass a lot. So, thank you so much, and of course, Jules, rest in peace, my friend. So, let's get started. We're gonna start off with the story of Rudolph, and do I really need to go into spoilers since it's been around for over 40 years?
It doesn't matter.
Better do it just so there's not an outrage.
Good point, if anyone's living under a rock.
Exactly.
Spoiler warning ahead for those of you guys who have never even heard of this movie, which, if you haven't, then have you never watched the Christmas special?
But you didn't have a good childhood.
Yeah, first of all, yes, I do. I am so sorry for you guys not having a good Christmas childhood. Because you missed out on some really good stuff that they did over the years. But for those of you guys who don't know, Rudolph is one of the classic stories that's been told for many years. Rankin Bass's interpretation is more of the musical side of things, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But however, it's still pretty much the standard story that everyone has heard about. A young reindeer, of course, being born with a glowing nose, which I don't know how that works biologically.
We'll call it a birth defect for all those, what do you call them, fact finders out there?
I guess it could be. What would you call it?
What would I call it? A blessing. That's what I would call it.
I meant in a medical sense.
A blessing. Because you don't know what it is.
That is
Come
true.
on, kid,
Yeah, I guess.
Push the button.
Honestly,
You can show the red nose.
Yeah.
Other side. Other side.
Look, you already showed it.
Imagine.
No, back off. Back
touch the
no,
ear.
he's just
Oh,
shit.
you just knocked him down. See?
See, basically that. You sit down. I'm the host of this damn show.
Well, Rudolph is here. Came down. He's got to go fly around here in a little bit. Came down on his busy schedule. So you better go up there and start showing him a little bit.
We literally just said that. We just bought this thing over at a freaking Emporium.
No, he flew
Yes,
in.
we just mentioned it.
No, you know what?
Look at the damn recording.
You know what it was? He had to go in there and he had to wait to be picked up.
Someone,
So you know what happened?
someone, please kill me.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like he got caught by the dog catcher. Then when we get to Year Without a Santa Claus, but that was Vixen. But it was still the same premise.
Jesus Christ!
See, we were there to go up there and help Rudolph get out of the Emporium.
This is the reason why that I am starting to question why we even still do this show with every single guest star always trying to interrupt. Anyway,
he is the
How
guest star.
dare you?
Remember your place. It's Rudolph. This is Rudolph's day.
I hate you. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted.
You rudely
How dare you call him a
interrupted
distraction?
his nose. So
Your dad is the comedy relief.
Yeah, and I'm the sensible one that actually has smarts. I had to make a joke, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know what? He ate a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios and he's starting to feel like he slept in a Holiday Inn, Express.
I thought Holiday Expresses suck.
Actually, they're not bad.
I'll be right
They're
back.
actually not?
Give me
Okay,
2
so
seconds.
I may have to rescind that comment next time I ever decide to talk to my friends about those. Which, if you guys are watching, I do apologize for saying that Holiday Inn is a piece of shit. I always heard a lot of bad reviews.
Yeah, just remember.
Still, anyway, continuing from where we left off, we eventually see Rudolph growing up, and of course, just like in the original story, he gets made fun of for his red nose, which, if anything, I would have taken that as actually something pretty damn cool. He could actually light areas that I didn't have if I had no flashlight.
Old fire snout.
Actually, wouldn't it be awesome if we could shoot fire from his nose?
Well, I think that would have been awesome too. Like a freaking laser beam. Like a laser beam. Can you just imagine his friend Buddy? on fire.
Yeah, that would definitely hurt. Anyway, of course, he meets a colorful cast of characters. One of them, we actually found some really interesting details about one particular character, which I did not expect to ever hear, was, well, who do you expect? The damn miner.
Yeah, Cornelius.
Yukon Cornelius.
Yukon Cornelius.
Mainly because, apparently, if you guys wanted to know about the whole licking thing, well, apparently that a lot of his some of his lines were unfortunately cut due to the original voice actor, I believe, passing away.
Something like that.
And they had to replace him with someone else. So they didn't necessarily have a way to explain why he did that. Except for maybe a brief thing about him being a peppermint right at the end.
Well, I think the whole thing is that there was a song, Silver and Gold, the tinsel.
Yeah.
And I think what they did is that they were trying to keep that part on it, but it was kind of more of a Christmas, kind of one of those fantasy type specials was there. And the peppermint, because, for the candy canes and stuff like that, how do you explain some of those things?
Well, now you explain with him. But basically, that's the reason why that some of his lines were sadly cut, which would have explained his little licking fetish.
Well, and if you notice that the Snowman too, Burl Ives, it was Burl Ives was supposed to do something else, but Burl Ives became the Snowman there. But if you notice that the Snowman did not actually go in and
you trying to ruin Christmas and pick on Rudolph? Didn't he suffer enough abuse from the others as a kid?
Did you see Rudolph there, Phoenix? We have Rudolph here today.
Okay, first of all, I'm not trying to bully him. I'm more bullying him.
But Rudolph is here. Did you see him?
His face is literally the way. Actually, yeah. If I try to put him any higher, he blocked the camera.
Oh yeah.
So yes.
Can you put him up a little bit?
Like I said, literally blocked the camera.
Well,
but here, seriously, just that's the only way the camera would work.
No.
I could try to maybe tip over the camera on the Actually, no.
Yes.
Yeah, tip the computer a little bit down.
His legs
Oops.
spread apart. Put them on your shoulder.
No, that thing won't last. Trust me.
There you go. That should do it.
Put them on your shoulder.
No, trust me, it won't stay on.
No, and plus, this is a very old
thing we found. Trust me, this thing will not last if it does fall. Sadly.
Yeah, he goes, isn't he cute?
But yeah,
look at that.
But yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I'm back. So
continuing on to the story, we eventually see those three going on possibly one of the most interesting adventures that I don't even think the original story actually told. So that's pretty interesting. It also involves.
Did you already talk about the elf that wanted to be a dentist?
Yes.
Yep. We just talked about him.
That's Hermie.
Yep. And of course, we go on to what many people remember, I think, most about the film: the Island of Misfit Toys. Actually, there's a funny little story for us to tell you guys.
Oh no! We're getting into all of those good things here in a little bit when we start talking about the story.
Yeah, can't forget Clarice as well.
No, we cannot.
Actually, there's a bit of a funny story here. When we were leaving Alaska, the guys actually literally gave him a plaque that says the land of misfit toys, the area that we were basically in. It was actually really funny. I actually loved it.
The whole thing, how that came about was my dad asked me, how was it, my dad asked me, goes, what do you think of Toke? And Toke is it's a great place. You go, the people are awesome, the area is awesome, Toke Junction. But when I first got there, the first thing I walked around, I go, this just reminds me of the Isle of the Land of Misfit Toys. And then that stuck. And it was so funny because a lot of Tokites there that I was explaining that to, they go, yep, that's exactly who we are.
And so they gave us an actual wooden plaque that says that. Actually, where is it?
It's in my office.
Here, I'll go grab it.
No. I have it up and
right. But yeah, I'll have to show you guys a picture on the Discord when we get a chance because it is actually really hilarious on how that whole thing came about. Someone at the door?
Here's the Disneyland flag raising story.
Okay, sure.
So I can be able to see out.
There's a bit of a
Did I ever tell you
glare.
that story,
Oh,
Richard?
no! Here, let me try to turn it.
Oh my God! Just got flashbanged by your window.
Well,
Happens.
well, he needed it. You needed it, King.
Anyway, continuing from where we last left off, of course. Oh my God, I'm actually on the wrong camera feed.
Are you?
Yep, I chose that one instead of the other. Desktop view. Shit. Shoot. Damn it.
Yes.
Anyway,
Fudge nuggets.
while you're fixing that, can I tell a quick story about the flag raising ceremony in Disneyland?
We'll do that.
Let's
get the review over with,
Yes.
and then you can tell us that.
Because right now we're
running out of
a little
time,
short on
yeah.
time.
Yeah, especially with us
Okay.
being very busy with the scheduling for the upcoming stream.
Yes.
Very cool.
Let me see. After that, of course, hello there, Scorpy. Good to have you back.
All right.
Also, I saw some of your videos. Nice work. When it comes down to, of course, the story, we eventually find out that Rudolph goes on his own, which, really, you would think that he would actually stick with the group, considering that one of them has a literal pickaxe as a weapon.
Well,
And the other one actually has floss that's strong enough to trip a freaking snow monster. So, yeah, I'm wondering, why leave the group? Who's armed?
Okay, so why don't we do this? How about we score it first, and then we'll get right into the story.
Good point, yeah. But yeah, basically, you guys already know how the ending goes. We eventually see him taking his place on the slave team, and he's been doing it ever since.
Okay.
So, what would you guys rate this, and what were some of your favorite parts of the story?
Well. Okay. So far, right now, I'm giving it a 50. Plus.
Oh yeah, shoot,
50,
I forgot to ask.
50 plus, or 50. That's the best you can do. But as for story, I'm going to give it a 10. So let me tell you, the story it's a really good, feel-good story, because it kind of shows you all the adversity, coming into the world, trying to learn things, and then as with his friends and everything else, and as they go on this really wonderful journey all the way through, he comes back as he grows up, with the maturity, and he's like, well, you know what, it's time to forgive. It's time to go up there and state that, we got to be able to push forward. And then, because of this maturity, and then when Santa needed him the most, he came out and he said, I'm ready to go. Whatever we need to do to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Promises, when they promised. Now, This was an interesting part, because we just learned this too, that in the Land of the Misfit Toys, when the first original airing of it, they did not go back to the Forbidden Island. They did not go back. It was such a backlash because Rudolph promised that they were going to come back. So what they did was, the next year, they had Santa and those guys come back and pick up the toys.
Yeah, it was an actual. They had to work all year to make that last the ending we all know now.
Yeah.
From that, it was actually kind of insane.
It was.
Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer is one of the best Christmas movies.
Yes.
I have to agree, but I do have to say that there are a few that are higher on my list than that one is. It's definitely my top 5.
Well, I'm just talking about you're talking about difference between movies and specials.
That is true. This is a special.
This was a yearly special that went on ever since I was a baby, and stuff like that. So you're talking 50 some odd years, okay?
Yeah, remember this special came out in 1964.
Yep, 64. 4 years before I was even born.
Yep,
and
yeah, pretty interesting.
Just
What about you?
Rudolph did Toy Story before Toy Story.
Actually, yeah, you can right. Actually, yeah, you can
that,
honestly
yes.
say that.
Yes, that's a very astute.
That's actually really true,
very
man.
astute.
What about you, King Rhythm? What do you think your total score is going to be, and what are you going to give for a story and a score of 1 to 10?
Scoreboard?
Score, yeah. So,
let's see here. The plot overall, fantastic. The animation, loved it. It was all cutesy. If I had to give what my score would have been, probably an 85.
Probably we'll go.
We'll just go with 50, considering that you gave it an 85.
Yeah, you gave it like a hell of a score. So out of 1 to 10 on story, what would you give?
Who doesn't like that movie?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, seriously.
Well, you know what? They're in prison.
Even people in prison loved that movie.
Okay, it says Home Alone is the best Christmas movie, but to me, the best Christmas TV special is tied with Mr. Bean's Christmas and Grinch.
The original Grinch, yeah.
Well, the original Grinch, absolutely.
We have to review those soon.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're gonna say that his score was 10 on story then.
Well, no, because so
I'm gonna say my score is possibly a 50 as well, and I'm gonna definitely give it a 10.
You know what it is when you see a commercial on it, on any of them, doesn't it just bring a smile to your face?
More like you're like, get on that couch, we're watching this.
We were watching, exactly.
It's like your body tells you to. All right, next of course is the characters, and I have to admit, I did not expect so many characters for this original story. It's kind of nuts. So, but yeah, there's actually a lot of interesting characters for this one. And I'm also going to mention the voice actors as well, who are behind each and every one of the voices.
Well, and let's...
also, to let you guys know on this particular movie, this is before we got the new OG Santa Claus voice for these specials.
Yes, but if you take a look, he's also the guy that was Santa. Actually, was the Burgermeister Meisterburger.
Yep, strange enough.
But if you guys take a look at the characters, there were so many characters too. You know, you have Fireball, of course, as his buddy, Clarice as his girlfriend. You know, and then of course.
Oh my God!
Wait a second. Then you had, of course, you had Santa and everything else like that. But when you start taking a look. Kind of what I thought kind of took the show was the Bumble. I really thought that when I was, as I gotten older, you know, and stuff, but when I was growing up, the Bumble kind of just came out of nowhere and it just took over everything. It was wonderful.
William Wyndham was the one who voiced the Bumble.
Oh.
And guess who voiced the dogs in the film?
What?
Mel Blanc!
Well, Mel Blanc was awesome.
It's like the man of 1,000 voices.
Well, and if you start taking a look at this, well, I'm giving characters a 10 anyway.
Oh, hold on.
I think the best song out of the whole thing.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, that's right, because that's music. But my point is that you had so many good parts, the characters and who they got to voice act them, and then try to get the animation to go with that. It was tough. But they did an exceptional job back in 1964, and I tell you, they had a star-studded lineup.
Yep, Billy Mae Richards was the voice of Rudolph in many of the specials from 1964 to 1979.
And then Burl Ives was a Snowman, and Burl Ives was actually supposed to be something else, but if you take a look, Burl Ives was one where he was an afterthought because the Snowman. If you notice, he didn't interact with anybody. Mm-hmm. You know, so what they had to do that all separate.
The head elf was voiced by Carl Bonas.
Oh, there you go.
Alfie Scott was the voice of Charlie in the Box.
Okay. Oh, Charlie. But nobody wants
King
Charlie
Moonracer is Stan Francis.
Okay.
Carl Bonas also did the voice of the Spotted Elephant.
Oh, who didn't Mel Blanc voice back in the... We don't
apparently
really know.
The dogs.
Probably everything, you know. I mean, holy crap.
Like seriously, he voiced every single Looney Tunes character in history. But we'll have to go to an episode of RetroActive's Corner just talking about that one dude in his career.
Well, that
sweet Jesus, there's so many voices he's done in the past.
Well, that one right there would be multiple right there because this guy's had himself a storied career.
Holy crap. Then of course there's Paul Souls, who's Hermie, the misfit elf. Yeah. Yep, Burl Ives, of course. Larry D. Mann was Yukon Cornelius.
Oh, he was awesome. He did a great job with that.
I don't know who played I don't remember the name of the guy who played him originally, though.
Well, no, it was a little bit different. I think...
Because remember, when they redid the special with the new ending, they had to get a new voice actor because the dude passed away.
Yeah, but the guy did not actually do the whole thing. They just got a guy that can get it close enough. Because all you needed for that was that little bit of time.
That's true, yeah. And then, of course, Rudolph, like I said, Billy Mae Richards. Paul Kligman was Coach Comet.
Oh, Comet, yes.
Let me see. He was also the voice of Clarice's father.
Oh, yep, Dasher. No, yeah.
Peg Dixon.
Donner. Yeah.
Peg Dixon was Mrs. Claus.
Yes. She did a good job.
Janice, hold on, Janice Orenstein was Clarice. But yeah, there's a lot of them. Alfie Scott also did the voice of Fireball of all people.
Who?
Alfie Scott, the same guy who does the voice of Charlie in the box.
Well, it makes sense. Listen to the voice. The voice is very similar.
But yeah, it looks like he did. Yeah, he was a voice of Clarice's father and Donner, Paul Klugman. Kind of nuts that there were so many voices that dude did. Well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said though, there's a lot of amazing characters in this one. If I were to rate it, it's definitely a 10 for me as well. What about you, King Rhythm?
Same.
Same? Alright, here's a question for you guys on the characters before we go on to music. What would you guys say is your favorite character out of the entire thing?
Can we answer this?
Yeah, this is this is your opinion when it comes to So what would you guys say is your favorite character in this special? And that also goes for all you guys watching at home. Or wherever.
How about the Abominable Snow?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. He's funny.
I like, it's really tough, but.
Sorry, I was just double checking something here.
No, so was I.
With the whole, I don't know why it's blanking out Looney for some reason. You'd think that it would be allowed considering he's using it as a title.
Yes.
Whatever. But yeah, what did you say was your favorite?
He said the Abominable.
Bumble?
The Bumble.
Yep.
You know, for me, I'm not sure. When I was younger, it was like the Bumble took it out, but I really actually like Burl Ives. I've always liked Burl Ives and the Snowman, so probably Snowman for me.
For me, Yukon Cornelius all the way.
Yeah.
And even though I do like Rudolph, don't get me wrong, guys, I just really like the personality of Yukon. I don't know why. He just seems so damn full of life and energy for his age.
Well, that's the point. It's life and energy, at that particular point.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So next, of course, is music. And, well, this is kind of something that Rankin Bass has been known to specialize in, and it's literal musicals.
Yeah.
So you expect this.
Well, the music...
Being honest, I barely remember.
Well, if you go up there, you had Silver and Gold with Burl Ives, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, those types of things. But my favorite song was the one that Clarice sang to Rudolph, to kind of say with everything that's going on right over here.
I don't remember that song's name.
Oh, it's an awesome song.
I don't know why I'm remembering.
You could play part of it.
I wish, but I do not want to get copywritten.
I know that's the only bad thing.
For as much as I want to honor the freaking Jules Bass, but at the same time, I also don't want to get copywritten. So that's the reason why I can't. Which sucks, because, God bless it, the specials we're talking about had amazing music in it. And
well, if you have a chance...
You have to listen to it. Actually, if you guys ever get a chance, there's the DVD collection that has all of the Rankin Bass's best Christmas films. Get your hands on it. Play the specials, and listen to the music. And trust me when I say, it is worth the money. And especially since it's not even that expensive either to get the collection.
Well, and like I said too, the thing with the music is that the music definitely goes with the whole special, and I really think that with Burl Ives, who is an amazing singer on top of it all, and then a really great actor too. But he really personified, this right here. Yep. He was a big star back then, basically when it came to singing,
Actually, the composer for the music as well, for the background music and everything, Johnny Marks.
Okay, there you go.
So yeah, there was a lot of interesting people involved in this one. But let me take a look at these songs. Here it is. Here's the list. We have, of course, Jingle, Jingle, Jingle by Santa Claus himself.
Yeah. Jingle, jingle,
yep.
Jingle, you hear my sleigh bells
we are Santa's elves.
Oh yes, that.
There's Always Tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's the song.
It's always
then of course there's We Are a Couple of Misfits.
Yep.
Silver and Gold.
Yep.
Most Wonderful Day of the Year.
Yep.
Holly Jolly Christmas.
Yep. Oh,
and of course the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song. Though, not fully the original is sung by Sam the Snowman, because if you heard the original, different style, more of a country style.
It was Gene Autry.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I'd have to double check.
It was Gene Autry.
But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious, how did this movie do?
Yeah, well, it's not a movie.
I'm sorry, the special.
We consider it a special. It might be a movie, you know. I don't know what they're calling it.
Looks like they are calling it a special.
Okay. Well, I'm giving it a 10 on music anyway, so it just doesn't matter. The music definitely went with the times. It also definitely, every song accentuated the parts that they really wanted to kind of show. What?
Apparently this thing, if you were to go adjust it for inflation, this thing earned $100 million.
Not too bad for
Sweet Lord, that's more than most specials that are made.
So that's more than some movies are made.
That's impressive, people. So I give credit to the little reindeer here. He managed to pull off one hell of a movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, special.
Well,
Jesus.
It could be back in the 60s. It probably is a movie. I guess
Maybe.
you would consider it, but it's just because it was on TV and it was played as a special.
Yeah. Let me see. You just broke my heart because you forgot that one.
Which one?
The musical number for Isle of Misfit Toys. That's why I literally just mentioned it. Yeah, Most Wonderful Day of the Year. That's the Misfit Toys song.
No.
Yes.
This is
Yeah, it is. That is literally the song that is played by the Island of Misfit Toys themselves. Hell, it even says on the song list right here.
Okay, well then that's what it is.
Yeah, so don't you dare doubt me, damn it. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Anyway, what would you guys rate this music? I'm giving 10.
I'm giving it a 10. It like I said before, the music complemented very, very well the whole show. I think the way they had the lineup of the music, the way the music came in, the way the music went up there and explained a lot of the different things, because a lot of times just a short little song can explain and expand a story so much more. And I think that particular order and the way the music was, it was perfect. So I as I said, 10 all the way.
What about you, King Rhythm? King? Oh shoot.
Remember the music that well, if we're being honest. Like, I remember bits and pieces, but I never really paid attention when it came to the music aspect. But I do remember it making me feel filled with joy, so
Yes.
I'm gonna give it 9.
Again, he might not have seen it for a while either.
Yes. But the point is, the thing is that it's one of those ones, no matter how you look at it. I think most Rankin Bass films, if you take a look, the music choices, the order of everything is really spot on, and I can't wait till we start doing
Santa Claus is coming to town, and Year Without a Santa Claus.
Year Without a Santa Claus is probably, out of all my Rankin Bass films and out of all of the music right there, I know what my favorite one is.
Now we're going to go on to design. A lot of you guys know that this is a film based in stop motion.
Yes.
For those of you guys who don't know what stop motion is, basically they try to take the camera and try to stop at intervals while also moving the characters around to make it look like they're actually moving by themselves. And it's pretty amazing. This type of filmmaking hadn't been done in our era for quite a bit. Because there have been stop motion films that have been made recently, just not in the veins of what the special was able to pull off. Someone at the door?
No, I'm just listening.
You know, deliveries and all that. But yeah, when it comes down to the stop motion animation and the sets they use, if you guys want to know, take a look at Elf. That one used stop motion based on Rankin Bass films. So, you have to admit, it's pretty interesting. I just finished watching the Addams Family Christmas from the 60s. Oh wow, that's an old special. Carolyn Jones made an adorable Santa.
Well, that was Addams Family Christmas.
Oh yeah. And that's actually a really good one too. We have to do another Christmas special.
You know, the thing is that you could spend the rest of your life on Christmas specials and movies and everything else like that.
Oh yeah.
Your rest of your career.
Pretty much.
You know.
But yeah, when it comes down to the design, it was a unique style that a lot of movies were inspired by. Like I said, Elf being one of the more recent films that used stop motion in its development for the Christmas area for the North Pole. So you could definitely tell that the creators were inspired in some way by all that. Even the CG films that were made based on the Rankin Bass films were all done in the same vein as the originals. So it shows that a lot of movies were inspired by that.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, the design overall is pretty impressive. Yes, it may look okay by today's standards, but think of it back then during the 60s. This thing was revolutionary for its time.
Yes, it was.
Especially since they managed to do pretty well with some of the motions at the time. So, pretty interesting. But, yeah, what do you guys think of this one? And what do you guys think the score is going to be for you guys?
Well, when it comes to the design, I would go up there and give design a 10. And the reasons why is you got to figure back in the 60s. A lot of the stuff that they were doing, even though stop animation, stuff like that, it was a big thing. It was something that was very, very new. You know, and something that went up there kind of gave you the impression that it was something that was really living, you know, and breathing and doing what it's doing. They had a lot of obstacles to overcome because you had to do this with film. So you didn't necessarily get a lot of takes. You only had so much film that you wanted to do, and it gets quite expensive after a while. Mm-hmm. They brought in some big names to go up there during that time, to really go up there to make that thing really run. And it was very, very pleasing to the eye, and how they had to do a lot of the work there. It was great. It was a fantastic use of everything. So yeah. I'm giving it a 10 for that.
King Rhythm, what about you?
I got the score.
Hey King, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, dude.
Sorry, you just didn't answer earlier. But what would you give the?
I did answer. I guess I was just too far away from the mic.
Oh.
Yeah. For design, yeah, same here. 10. I loved it. The reason I love the design is not because of how good it looks for the time period. Just it makes you feel like a kid just looking at it, doesn't that?
Oh yeah. Brings you back to your childhood.
Yeah.
For me, I gotta give it a 10
yeah.
as well. Yeah?
10.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely 10.
Yeah, for me, definitely a 10. Mainly because it was very impressive stop motion for the time, and there weren't many major films I knew of that were really trying this. A lot of specials were, and Rankin Bass films were known for using stop motion to the best of its ability at the time. So, if anything, I'm definitely impressed. And it also became their signature look for most of their films, Frosty the Snowman being one of their few exceptions where it was done solely by hand-drawn animation. Which, again, we'll be actually talking about in this review. And finally, the atmosphere of this film, sweet, ever-loving criminy sake. Are you kidding me? Isn't it obvious? It's spewing Christmas. Which is kind of the idea. We're in the Christmas holiday season. I think, if anything, if it didn't have the feeling of Christmas, then it would be a complete flop. And there's a reason why this film had managed to get up to $100 million in today's money. And also that the special is still playing even to this day. So, what would you? What are your thoughts on the atmosphere, and what would you give the score?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's see. A 9.
9?
Absolutely. Yeah, a 9.
And why is that?
I mean, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What are you?
Oh no, I was just asking. Why'd you give it a 9?
The atmosphere was, yeah, they did a great job showing that everything was snowed on, but I feel like if they were trying to go for snow, they didn't need to cake it on like that much. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. They also had to at least make sure that it fit well with the story, of
It
course.
looks like snow, yeah.
And again, think about it. Trying to make artificial snow back then was not as easy as you think.
Yeah, I completely understand. That's just my opinion. I know it's not looked upon favorably, but
Oh, yeah, I know.
I just personally didn't care for it. That's just me, though.
So we hear the best 60s.
I give it a 9 because I still love it. It's great. But
True.
I'm not going to give it a full 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm still going to give it a 10 myself because personally I thought the atmosphere was just spewing Christmas and it pretty much did that very well.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It did its job.
Yeah.
It did its job.
Yeah, let me see. Also...
Don't make them think I hate it.
Oh, yeah, I know that. You basically gave it a 9. That's still really good. Alright, here we go. Also, I'm reading a comment here. The 60s were the best time for Christmas shows these days. They're too jazzy and fancy. Whatever happened to basic classic ideas for things? Actually, yeah, you're kind of right on that one. But, yeah, that's totally understandable. But yeah.
Hold on, let me...
I already gave your score a 10 on atmosphere because I had a feeling you were going to go for that.
Well, I have to use the head real quick. Yes.
Yep, that's what I thought.
And the atmosphere is...
Spewing Christmas, and I love it.
Well, besides that, it spewed a really great story, what you did. And it's just basically a misfit that made it big.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Also, Phoenix Fire said the 60s were the best time for Christmas shows these days. They're just too jazzy and fancy. Whatever happened to basic classic ideas for things?
Well, let me tell you, classic, simplistic, goes a lot further. It really does.
Yeah, it does. Alright, so, we got a 48 for our score for King Rhythm.
Uh-huh.
And you and me got 50. So
Wow.
the only drop here was for him. It was only by 2 points.
Yes.
Which is not much. That's still a really excellent film, but not true perfection.
If he watched it today, he would come back and say it's a 50.
Well, we'll find out if he ever decides to do that. Now we're going on to...
I could try to track down a movie. We can watch it after the stream.
I'm gonna be actually busy with I'm actually gonna be busy with the next stream. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I can't right now, but maybe definitely sometime soon.
Yeah. Well, plus we got.
Well, I already picked our Christmas.
Oh, also I do have the movies myself, so I could just stream it from my area.
Oh, if we're gonna do a Christmas movie, I already had one picked out. It was Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That was gonna be
Okay,
mine.
yeah, that's a good one. The How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim
I
Carrey.
also need to talk to the.
That was a good one.
I also
but I
need
like
to
the
talk
original.
to you about when it's good for you to do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because we both know both of our Christmases are going to be kind of jam-packed with different stuff. So,
True.
we gotta talk day of when we're actually gonna do the movie night. So,
True.
but we can do that later. So, let's continue with the next review, which is
Frosty the Snowman.
The Snowman.
Actually, one of the few films that they did just hand drawn.
Yeah.
Mostly, it was just stop motion, but yeah. This is one of the few times where they actually decided to just straight up do hand-drawn animation. And for those of you guys who wanted to know what year this movie officially came out at, I will tell you right now, actually. Give me a second. If I could just back... There we go. 1969.
Uh-huh.
So,
Karaoke.
if they ever decide to do karaoke for these films, it would be interesting.
No, I said we should do karaoke.
If they do Twitch Sings again, and I'm hoping they do bring it back. If they don't, that sucks.
But just remember.
But if they do, I would be able to stream it for you guys.
But
I would also have to make sure to only do it for Twitch because YouTube and Facebook would just copyright my butt into next week.
Well, the point is, though, we do have a karaoke system here.
Yes, but at the same time, though, it doesn't translate to this. I would need to earn the copyrights onto YouTube.
We own the right
Wait,
now.
but
You
if
gotta
we're
remember that
singing
it's
it,
karaoke.
you
It's
can't
not.
copyright.
It is not
I thought if
100%
you
the
played
same.
the full song without
Tell that to
singing
YouTube.
it.
No, but what I'm saying.
They
is,
consider it the same.
yeah, but a lot of times what the people that they do is they make it close to the same, but it's not 100%. So so why don't we just go ahead and go to the
Bye.
next?
Have a great rest of your day.
All right, so what would you guys think your scores are going to be for Frosty the Snowman?
50.
That was quick. Didn't even hesitate. What about you, King Rhythm?
That's a lot of my childhood right there, and adulthood, and fatherhood.
King?
Yeah.
What would your score? What do you think your score is going to be by the end of this review?
For Frosty the Snowman.
Our highest is 50, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he chose 50. Yeah.
Well, just in case, I'm gonna just put it at easy 25.
45.
Okay.
Just in case.
It's gonna go up.
And as for me, actually, and like I said, for top 5 Christmas specials made by Rankin Bass, this would actually be the lowest one. It's a 5 on my list. So I actually am going to do the same thing as King Rhythm, 45.
45?
No, but there's a reason
I'm
why.
going to beat both of you.
There's a reason why.
There's going to be a beating in some futures
Oh
around
no,
here.
I just thought you mispronounced my name.
No,
yes,
no.
you're going to be your new name is now going to be beaten by Master Chief 2011.
Don't make me copyright you. My name is completely original.
All right. So,
You wish you'll be the Bumble.
all right. With this in mind,
I have copyright lawyers. Don't make me.
yeah, considering you've changed your name, what, like several times?
Well,
Let's
I'm
go.
keeping it at King Rhythm to keep with brand of PlayStation and stuff.
That's true. But for me, it's also more like I literally have my name. So,
Well,
anyway. And also,
Well,
I
it's
actually
not
do have
literally
lawyers.
Your name. None of ours are
And,
literally our name.
Anyway.
It's more of
Story's a 10.
Yep. So we already know his score for story. It's a 10.
And another thing, if you really take a look at Frosty and you take a look at Rudolph, just try a little different premise a little bit, relatively the same, you know. The music, of course, but the story was actually really, really good for that time, you know, for that time period and stuff like that. Yeah, it could be a little bit outlandish. Some people can say that it was a little bit outlandish at times and stuff. But it was really a great story, and they had a really good person, Jimmy Durante,
Because
who was really a great actor in his time.
Oh, what's going on?
What?
nothing. Talking to my sister.
Oh, she was
Okay.
talking to him.
Also, I only have like 30 minutes left till one of my favorite movies comes on. So,
Right. So we'll try to make this one quick since we also had to get ready for.
Yeah, we have something coming on at 3:30. So if you see me leave abruptly,
Yeah, so we're gonna try to make this one quick, everyone.
but
So sorry.
Like I was saying about the story was, it was still a person coming up through trying to figure all these other different things out and stuff. And if you listen to Santa Claus, Santa Claus was the Meisterburger.
Paul
in
Frees.
that- Paul Frees in that there too. So
Yep. Anyway, when it comes down to that one though,
Jimmy Durante though, that
yeah.
was the guy.
What about you? What are your thoughts on the story of Frosty, and what would you give it a score? Because for me, I'm giving it a 10, and I'll explain why. Actually, no, I'm giving it a 9.
A 7.
A 7?
7?
Oh, you better explain yourself.
All right, you have to explain yourself, or Master Chief's gonna kill me.
I'm joking, by the way.
I will
I
hunt
don't
you
want to
down
answer
and
I
gut
just
you like
kind
a
of-
fish.
Because I know you love this movie, Master Chief, so if I just want to say a number to see what your reaction was.
So what's your real score then?
Remember.
a 10,
I know
I
what
freaking
state
love
you're
the
in, and after that, I will find you.
Okay, first of all, he gave it a 10. I'm the
There you
only
go.
one that lowballed it
Yeah.
with a
But
9.
remember,
so
you're here. You might not make it back
I
next
just
week.
want to see what Master Chief would say.
help me.
Like,
He's not making it back next week, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
heard the anger in his voice. He
Anyway,
just shot.
oh jeez, my lungs. Anyway, let's continue on to
How you doing, Ozzy String?
how you doing, Oz and String? Yeah, Oz and String I heard was not feeling well.
I know that was a couple days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I of course
Your
told him
dad
I hope
just
he gets
turned
better.
into the red guy from Inside Out as soon as I said 7.
Oh jeez. Okay, now we go on to characters. Now there weren't too many characters to really speak of, but I will name them all.
Well,
We have, of course, the narrator by Jimmy Durante.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Billy
Great actor.
DeWolf was, I believe, Professor. What's his name?
Hinkle.
Hinkle. Thank you. Jesus, I
All
can never.
Freeze with Santa.
Paul Frees was actually the traffic cop. In
Oh,
Santa.
two, yes.
Frosty the Snowman was Jackie Vernon.
Yep.
June Foray was Karen.
Yes.
Greg Thomas was the Karen's friends, and of course,
Yeah.
another voice actress for Karen was Suzanne Davidson, a child actor at the time.
Yes.
Did you say Karen?
Yes.
Yeah, Karen. One of the characters named Karen was played by June Foray.
Yeah.
Hold on. What kind of character was Karen? I'm
She
kinda curious now.
was the girl that traveled with
Frosty.
Frosty going towards the North Pole.
She also did the
Was
voices.
she like that one girl of the entire male
Yeah,
cast?
she was the main character.
Oh my God! Now I recognize the name.
What?
She was Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes,
Oh, that's right.
she did the voice of that. She also did the voice of Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. She also did the witch from Looney Tunes.
Nice.
She did several characters for the Flintstones.
Oh really?
The baby versions of Woody Woodpecker. And
Nice.
the hen from Looney Tunes as well.
Holy crap.
She was also the voice of the seer that the Scooby-Doo and the gang met for that particular
yes,
episode.
Yes.
She was also, I'm like, sweet lord, she was also the voice of the witch duck from DuckTales.
Oh,
Like, good lord. She was also the voice of Mulan's grandmother. Like, she was also...
Over by Reindeer.
I'm telling you, Derek.
Walking home.
Actually, she was also the voice of one of the characters from the Gummy Bears. She was also the voice of Raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann. Okay.
The Gummy Bear.
She was also the voice of Granny from the Looney Tunes.
Oh, Granny. Yeah, that's right.
Also, she was the voice of the female cat from Looney Tunes as well.
Yes.
She was also the voice of the cat from Cinderella.
Oh, yeah.
And so much more. Like, sweet, ever-loving God. She was even the voice of the kangaroo mother from the original Horton Hears a Who.
You do know we're
Really?
getting like really off topic here, right?
I know, but like I said, she's had a historic career in
Yes,
in
she
animation
has.
voices. Like, good lord. I
Well,
just had to
since you're
mention
going
that.
a little off- Since you're going a little off topic, I have to say, Master Chief, you look like one. I saw you like walk past the camera. You look like one of those cliche guys on this porch with a 12-gauge saying, "Get off my lawn."
Well, you know the gnome that I'm going to be placing on your lawn? All I'm going to tell you, when you see the eyes go red, duck.
You put a lawn, like a random lawn gnome on my lawn in my neighborhood, someone else is gonna smack it.
Good point.
Well, I'm not worried about that right over there because it's going to be a cool one, and when that person decides to walk over and wonder why there's a There's a bullet right between his eyes. I can't help that person at that point.
Collateral damage.
That's
Anyway,
collateral damage.
what would you guys say for the characters and what would
10.
you rate? 10?
10.
What about
10.
you, King? Same?
10. You gotta remember how.
Are you guys gonna hate me if I say I have to give it a 9?
But you can go ahead and say that, but there's a 6-foot hole outside.
Here's the thing. There's only one character that annoys the heck out of me, and for once it's not Professor Hinkle, it's actually Frosty himself. I don't know why, but...
He just was bored. Holy crap.
No.
Hold it against the guy that was only one
Okay,
day
first of
old.
all,
One day old. That's only one. One day old.
Let me just talk, please.
1 day old.
First,
One.
it's not because of his character's writing. All of his writing's great. It's his voice that annoys me. And it's only now I've noticed it. Back then, I would never have noticed it at all.
I like this.
I don't know why. I don't know why it grates on me. Maybe it's because I actually know someone.
I mean, he sounds just like a guy that just
Master
woke up
Chief,
from
you
like.
better slap your son before I do.
Anyway, let's get on to music,
You
which
better
I'm...
slap your son before I will literally I will buy a plane ticket and come to your house.
Well, at least you get an excuse to join us for a stream, at least.
Yeah, well, so.
Anyway, as for music, I'm gonna give this one a 10. There's no question about it.
I mean, the music was really good. Yes.
Yeah, 10 for me is in this one because, well, the music was damn fantastic, and
Yeah.
this is Rankin Bass we're talking about. They're
Yes.
known for making the best music for musicals, so...
Well, and plus, the one thing I like about it is that they use the music to build on, and when you do that, that just helps out your cause.
Yeah.
Over there.
What about you, King Rhythm?
Sorry, what'd you say?
We're doing
I'm still
music.
wondering which airline I should take.
Yeah. Well.
I think your best option would definitely have to be Delta.
Or actually, you could do Southwest. It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's true, but usually they don't usually show up around here.
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, Southwest.
I was gonna
Oh, they
put
did?
into
Oh,
that
okay.
bit I just did. I was gonna put in like I'm gonna spend $800 for one seat just to come slap you in the face.
Oh, Lord. Okay, what would be your score for music?
Music, top tier 10. Not
Yeah.
even one.
Yeah, we already heard you singing one of the songs already, so
Okay.
that already says something.
Frosty
Okay, so the
is
design-
Now is design. This is hand-drawn animation.
Yes.
This is completely different from all their stop motion.
Hand-drawn is always gonna be good. Fight me.
The thing I liked about it the most was for Rankin Bass was the fact that they went a different direction, and I really liked it. I think because I grew up with hand drawn animation and stuff like that.
Hold on, there's an emergency. I lost my poncho liner.
What?
What?
I lost my poncho liner. Hold on.
Poncho.
Okay, well, find it. But what I'm saying is,
Found
the
it.
one thing I liked
That
about
was
the
quick.
design was the fact that it was very simplistic. Sometimes it's like what Phoenix Fire says. Sometimes you get it so jazzy, you get it so much that it takes away from what you're trying to tell. And one thing I liked about it was they did not try to go huge over details and stuff like that. Kind of almost reminds you of a Schoolhouse Rock type of a thing that's going on by the animation style.
Mhm.
But when you start taking and breaking it down, it was so simplistic, but it made the story even go. Where the characters, where the voice actors had to do a little bit more on each one to go up there and really make this thing work and stuff. I'll be honest with you, I really like the design. I mean, I still get excited to this day watching the film.
Made in 1973, Schoolhouse Rock.
Told you.
So, I'm
Not
actually
too
kind
bad,
of shocked.
Not too bad for an old
no,
man, huh?
no, it's just that I'm shocked that maybe they were inspired by the animation style. Maybe.
Well, if you take a look, it did. If you saw how you saw
Yeah,
everything else,
characters.
hold on a second.
Oh, you're gonna check that out. All
Hello.
right. But yeah, basically, what are your other scores?
The last one was 10.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So basically, what would you give it
Me?
on the score of design?
Design. It's not the best I've seen, but out of everything I've watched, I gotta say I love it. So 10.
10.
It
All right.
doesn't matter how old the art style gets of what he did. It will always be whimsical, magical, and the whole bucket.
I agree, and I have to give it a 10 as well. I've always been a big fan of hand-drawn animated films because I grew up with a lot of them. I grew up with movies like The Lion King and all that, but I also grew up with some CG films too. But I have a special place in my heart for hand-drawn animation, especially with that. So, gotta give it a 10 from as well. Then, of course, we already just heard from Master Chief his score on Atmosphere. So, what would you give it, King Rhythm, and why?
Atmosphere? 10.
10?
I don't even care anymore. Just a 10.
Yep.
If you show me this movie, no matter what age I am, I will always agree to it.
All right. So, we got a 48 from myself this time around. And you and Master Chief got a 50.
Well, no doubt. It's one of the best movies of Christmas.
So it looks like you and me switched numbers, apparently.
Yeah.
Because you gave a 48 for Rudolph, I gave a 48 for Frosty. I gave a 50 for Rudolph, and you gave a 50 for Frosty.
I'm surprised as soon as you... I'm surprised your dad didn't automatically slap you.
Oh, trust me, he's going to be beating the hell out of me after this. Bad-mouthing one of the films he grew up with.
No, I just hear a belt crack in the background.
Oh, trust me. No, he will use his bare fists. That's just usually how we settle our differences like men.
Cracks knuckles with malicious intent.
Pretty much. Anyway, we're gonna be getting yeah, that's the review, and I know it seemed quick, but we actually did have to get a few things ready before we get ready for our next stream, because we're actually doing a stream for a birthday request from someone who asked me to let them choose the game, as well as, of course, have them join in. So we'll be having our guest star arrive here soon, and we'll be starting the stream at 5, and it'll be only going on till 8. So, yeah, you guys will be having a chance, and if you guys want to know what his game choice was, it was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, we'll be playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with, with all of you guys here. We're going to have him compete in some online matches, as well as, of course, getting a chance to try some offline matches as well. We're gonna see how we're also gonna do some team matchups as well. So we're gonna do a little bit of everything we usually do on Smash Bros. Ultimate. So until then, my friends, King Rhythm, do you have anything last words to say before we sign off?
Yes, I do. Have a Merry Christmas and a good New Year.
All right. So yeah, until then, my friends, I hope I will be seeing you all very soon. Did you want to sign off as well?
Well,
he just said have a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Well, we're gonna have a Merry Christmas, and I just want everybody to know Rudolph will be with us for the next 3 Saturdays.
No, he won't, because his movie's already done.
No, but he's
Oh!
part of this.
I just saved him from falling.
This is Rankin Bass.
That is true.
This is like almost like their mascot for Rankin Bass.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we gotta have. So he came down here for the month for us. So
anyway,
we have to do.
Anyway,
this.
guys, until then, I will be seeing you all very soon, because we will be starting around 5 or possibly 6 at the. Can I please kill you? I hate you. Anyway, I'll be seeing you all possibly around 5 or 6, depending on when we do start. Until then, this is Mr. RetroActive signing out for now. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.